Yo, what's up everybody? I got a different video for you guys here. Y'all are used to seeing classic BMWs and other cars and stuff like that, but I'm going to be introducing Forex in this video. For those of you that are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Deontay. I'm 23 years old. I was born and raised in Germany up until I was about 8 years old, and I moved to the United States in 2005, which is, where I'm still living now, about 20 minutes west of Atlanta, Georgia. This first started as a car page, but I'm trying to expand a little bit more and, not really limit my audience. Trading Forex, you're pretty much making money off of the price fluctuation in between different currencies, and usually you trade them in pairs like Australian dollar versus US dollar, Euro versus US dollar, Great British Pound versus the New Zealand dollar, and so on and so forth. The platform that I trade on also allows me to trade metals like gold, energies like oil and gas, and also indexes like the DAX, the Dow Jones, all that kind of stuff. Also, bear with me, I'm still a little bit tired. It's early, I gotta film a little bit earlier in the morning here in Georgia because it gets really brutal during the daytime. It's really humid and the bugs tore me up while I was filming my last video, so kind of had to start over. I got started nearly a year ago. I had some friends that I went to high school with that are in this group called iMarkets Live, IML for short, and you'll probably hear about the stories on YouTube. To me personally, I also didn't really have the best experience. It's supposed to be an academy that teaches you how to trade, and they also have teams. Everybody's in group chats telling each other what to trade and supposed to teach you how to do the thing. But to me, I feel like the education part lacked tremendously. All the basic stuff was stuff you could really find on the internet, like on www.babypips.com, which is where you can get all your basic terminology, what Forex is, where it came from, how long it's been around, who's all involved. Like the big banks, they dictate price. Some of those people are still in the group. It seems to be working for them, so kudos to them. That's just really not my cup of tea. I wanted to actually learn the skill set so I can be independent and make my money wherever I am in the world, really, whether I'm at home or mobile somewhere in another state, whatever the case may be. You don't have to be in one location to trade, and that's really the great thing about Forex, what I like about it. But yeah, the group just seemed more geared towards building teams and getting your team big. The more people you get under you, you get paid residual, which that's cool and all, but it's just, it kind of goes against my morals. I don't really feel good about having people pay so I don't have to pay and just make a living off of that. So the group could be a little different now, but I really don't care at this point. My goals with trading is that hopefully eventually I can quit my daytime job so I can make a full-time income living at home, because I work like 10-hour days, and even on Saturdays I work a 6-day out of the week, like a half day, but it's just consuming too much of my time. Like, yeah, money is nice with overtime, but I want to spend more time with my son and have the freedom to travel, take him places, and all kind of other stuff. I want to be able to help my family out, like my mom, maybe eventually pay her house off one day with this skill, because that's what it can do if you take it serious enough. Especially if you make it with a prop firm, which is a company that you pretty much trade on their behalf. Once you prove that you can trade profitably and consistently and make the money, and they'll fund you like a $10,000, $25,000, $50,000, $100,000 account. And if you can prove that you can trade for them, you'll be able to earn a percentage of what you make them every month. If you have like a 25, 50K account and you just made like 12 grand for that company, and you get to keep like 60-70% of your earnings, that's a huge chunk of change at the end of every month that you could be having. I always encourage everybody, don't look at Forex as a quick way to make money, make money on the side. Like, you can use it as just a supplemental income, make you an extra couple $100, couple thousand, depending on your skill set and consistency. Like me personally, I'm going to be using the funds, to have a nest egg on the side, and over time be able to fund my projects for whatever parts I might need, or take care of, help out family members, do whatever. And whatever you're interested in. My fiance, she likes artwork, so I'll be able to provide her with some really nice equipment someday. That'd be great. if you're into music, production, it doesn't really matter what you're into. Music, you know, you can fund your equipment, get you some really nice equipment. If you want to start a side business, you'll be able to, you know, have the funding for that. You know, just use Forex. I would just use Forex as a tool to navigate yourself through life. And, you know, if you look at it that way, you'll be able to really ride the waves a lot more consistently. And, you know, it's really just about setting goals and reaching them. I do have some screen recordings from my phone, and I think some on my computer too. So I'll go ahead and show you guys kind of what it looks like so you can get familiar with the platform if you guys are interested in just trading on a simple demo account so you don't have to risk real money from the beginning. But Metatrader 4 is the platform that I use and that a lot of traders use. That's what a lot of brokers go through. My broker in particular is Hugosway. If you want to check them out in the description, maybe make you a demo account or a live account. That's pretty much who you go through to trade on the platform. But yeah, I'll go ahead and show you what it looks like, and I'll talk over it a little bit, try to simplify it as much as possible because I don't really want to go into detail with, you know, strategies. Maybe down the road when the channel picks up a little bit more traction with, you know, my following, you know, with more interest, you know, which is why I encourage everybody to share, because who doesn't enjoy money? Who doesn't enjoy learning how to make money on the side, especially on your free time where you don't have to be somewhere. You can just do it straight from home or mobile, wherever you're at. Alright, now we're on the computer, so I'm gonna just kind of run through this as quick as I can. This isn't really educational, this is just me showing you guys what I do. So earlier I mentioned babypips.com, so you can just type in, so babypips.com, this is where you can just get a quick education on Forex, you know, where it came from, what it is, and the terminology, and different trade times, and, you know, pretty much everything you need to know right here in this education section. You know, you can run through that, learn about it, and then maybe start trading on a demo account to get a feel and, you know, kind of progress from there. Like I mentioned before, Hugosway, that's my broker that I use. Here you can create your account, you know, in a few minutes. Down here it shows you what they offer. You know, the minimum deposit free to put into a trading account is $10. Leverage, which is how much money you can risk. You know, the lot size you can trade, tells you 55 different currencies, 64 different stocks, 35 different cryptos. I mean, like I said, there's metals in here, indices, commodities, which metals fall into commodities, but yeah, once you create your account, I mean, even right up here is the Metatrader 4 platform. You can download MT4 directly from Hugosway. After creating your account, download it, you can log into a trading account on the computer as well as your phone. Alright, so here's the Metatrader 4 platform. It might look a little crazy when you first look at it, but it's really not that difficult to understand. Right up here are the different currencies or instruments that you can trade. See, even the S&P 500, the DAX, which is, you know, Germany top 30 companies, US oil, gold versus the US dollar, Bitcoin. For this example, I'm going to show you that right here, I'm on the AUD JPY, which is the Australian dollar, Japanese yen. See, here's the option to buy or sell, whatever. Right up here are your time frames that you can look at the market to see what the market's doing in that particular time frame. Right up here we're on D1, which is the daily. So each one of these candles here, that's what they're called, candles. They represent one whole day of market movement. I can look at it from, you know, weeks perspective, monthly perspective, hour, 4 hour, 30 minute, 15 minute, you know, whatever. You know, usually the higher the time frame, the more accurate, you know, the reading is. But essentially what I do is I just predict where the market price is going to go, and that's where I get in on my position. So if I think it's going to go up, then I'm going to buy. If I think it's going to go down, then I'm going to sell. You're pretty much just watching two pairs, you know, battle it out from top to bottom, and you're predicting how long that run is going to last. And each point that the market moves your direction is, you know, one pip. A pip is pretty much a point, but, you know, that's the terminology in Forex. It stands for point and percentage, I believe, which you count your pips right up here on the right hand side where price is. So yeah, right now we're on the 4 hour perspective. So Each one of these candles represents 4 hours of market movement, and like I said, the higher the time frame you go, the more accurate the reading is going to be. And just to kind of do something really simple, I'm going to drop a trend line here. So this kind of shows me that the market has been, moving in an upward direction. Like, yeah, it's been running up and it's been falling, it's been running up, it's been falling, but gradually over time, it's been doing that in an increasingly rate, if that even. Actually, right here you see where it says buy 0.05. That's my lot size. That's where I bought in it on this particular pair. On lot sizes, the decimal just moves over to one place to the left. So this 0.05 is a 50-cent lot size, just like a 0.50 would be $5. These green candles represent AUD, and the purple candles represent JBY. Drop this line up here. That's like, an area of resistance in the market, meaning that price has reached up there in the past and then it fell. And you see here that it tried it again, same case, it fell again. So that kind of tells you that that price area is a good kind of rebound spot for you to get in for a sell. And same thing with down here. I'm going to drop a line over here. That's kind of like, an area of support. See, it bounced 1, 2, 3 times here, and then it started to gradually pick up. And that's where this trend line kind of comes into play, because even though price kept falling, it's still kind of, it was still going in an upward direction for the most part. And that's pretty much the key thing to look out for. Like, don't really get caught up in all this here. Look at the bigger picture of, from top to bottom. Catch those really nice long trades. Then your risk is, you don't have to risk as much, and you can kind of let those trades ride out for sometimes days or even weeks, depending on your entry point. But yeah, I'm currently holding a few buy positions for the Australian dollar, as you can see by these green lines right here. From this entry here to where price is currently, so right now it says 175, which you ignore the last number on that, so that's 17. So from my entry point, I'm up 17 pips. And with that being a 50-cent lot size, that would be, let's see, $8.50 that I'm making off of just that one entry. See, we're looking on the 15-minute now, just kind of to really zoom in on what the market was doing on those shorter time frames, so you can pinpoint, really good entry points. I got in here, rode the market up, pulled back, ran up again, pulled back again, and then around this range, I believe, is where I decided to add some more buys over here. So now we'll see what happens, but right now I'm still in profit. This candle's kind of pushing down, so this might be another period of having a little bit of drawback. So I just looked over at my trade and saw that my buy limit for gold activated. A buy limit is pretty much an order that you set, like, hey, when price reaches here, enter me for a buy. And same thing with sell, but like I said, that's for further down the road, depending on how much feedback this video gets. But since it's activated, I'm actually gonna go in and accept these conditions. Buy. Let's go to the 1 minute. We're gonna see what happens here, but I set this price for a reason, because I know how gold moves. Gold usually has a tendency to want to spike the opposite direction before really making its move. As you can see from my first entry right here, buy for 10 cents. That's where my limit was. But yeah, now I have 2 orders for gold. I predict price is probably gonna shoot somewhere up in this range. All I did was click and drag on the order, drag it up. Now where it says TP, that's my take profit. So whenever price reaches that area, that's when it's going to close that trade out for me, and it'll pretty much pocket all the profit that I made without me having to physically close it or, keep an eye on it. Even on the line, you can see it'll calculate for you how much money you'll make and the amount of pips that you're catching. So that's pretty cool too. And I could also do the same thing the opposite way with this. Drag that back. See, that's my stop loss now, and it calculated for me how much I would be losing should price reach that point. That's where it's going to close my trade out at. And that's really all Forex is about, is calculating your risk. Like, I want to risk $5 to make 50. You know what I mean? You don't want to risk $20 to make 35. Like, you want to keep your ratios really good so that way your account can actually grow. Yeah, that's really about it though. Like I said, I didn't want to get too deep and make this video much longer than it needed to be, but this is just pretty much how I'm able to make some money on the side. But yeah, with that being said, hope you guys learned something new. If you guys like this kind of stuff or are interested in more, be sure to subscribe and share. Check out my Instagram page. I'm also on Twitter a little bit here and there. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and see you guys in the next video. Peace.